Yeah, man. Yep. That's just how I feel.
It's been a time, man.
Yeah, indeed.
I
Indeed.
listen to me stuttering before I can even speak. It's crazy to me because usually the summer is a chiller time. I feel like things aren't going as hectic. Like everything's kind of just chill. And then everyone scrambles in the fall and then everyone's dead stop. Don't want to do anything late December because it's Christmas and Hanukkah and then New Year's. And obviously going into January, then your business picks up as personal training and gym wise. But I don't know. I can't put a gauge on my industry, at least. I can't put a gauge on like the up season, down seasons. It's always different.
September is a weird time because everybody's transitioning from the hot weather and they're transitioning to going back to work.
Kids to school.
Kids to school.
Those ugly motherfuckers back into school.
Little bastards.
Oh,
man.
God.
Traffic. The traffic. The traffic is atrocious.
Coming down Oakwood right over here in Huntington, man. It's horrific.
It's terrible.
Especially in the mornings when I used to come back from early morning gym sessions, dude. Oh, my God. You got every bus. You got everybody honking, like pumping the brakes. Like, guys, it's not that hard. Just merge into the turn lane and let's get it going. It's not that difficult.
And it's just a very sensitive time because I don't know what the fuck happens. Maybe whatever in Mercury's in retrograde or like the fucking stars misalign. But like between this time and like between like March, everybody is depressed or sad. I don't know if it's because of the cold weather
or everywhere, or you think just in the Northeast?
I don't know.
Well, you do a lot of traveling around the country in terms of like different fitness groups and whatnot. Do you feel that same energy from them in Texas and Florida as well, or is it mostly just a seasonal? Because there is seasonal depression. There is a thing.
I think you're right. I think it's the Northeast. I think just because it gets cold, right, and it gets dark at 4:30.
That's my problem. I don't mind the cold. The cold is not the problem.
Yeah.
Like it sucks when you go outside and it's fucking freezing, and especially renting, and I don't have a home that I can just open the back door and kick Kenji's little furry ass out. You know, I have to actually walk him around town, and that's his shit, man. He loves the cold. That's his season. So he wants to walk around and hang out and this and that. But the darkness is what gets me.
Yeah.
Like getting dark at 4:00 is the most depressing thing ever.
Yeah. And I think it stems back to human nature. Like we need to be in the sun, vitamin D. We need to get our nutrients. Everybody is very happy in the summertime because it gets dark at 8:00. The beaches are open.
9:00 so on the longest day.
Yeah.
What is the longest? It's got to be like 9:20.
Yeah.
The longest day of the year.
The beaches are open. Everybody's working out. Everybody's more inclined to work out because of the hot weather because you have to wear less clothes. You have to go to the pools. You have to take your shirt off.
I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, I didn't. I sat in a hot tub in Ireland and I went in the pool and it felt really good, but then I just never went.
What was the weather like over there?
Weather was very rainy. It was a little chilly, but it was always raining, but it was still a good time.
Like Seattle.
Yeah,
Seattle,
always raining.
Mad depressing because it's always raining.
Yeah.
I used to watch Grey's Anatomy. Team McSteamy. Anyway, I used to watch Grey's Anatomy, and when I watched Grey's Anatomy, I always watched like all like the establishing shots of the city and the hospital, and I actually used to say to myself, "Oh, I could live out there. It looks dope." And then you see what Seattle really looks like, and you go, "Oh, yeah, I'm good." Yeah, it's drunk ass.
Ireland, you know what really gave me headaches in Ireland was the opposite steering wheel shit and opposite side of the road. Me and my dad are like looking, we're like, do we look this way? Do we look that way? And I'm like looking at this guy. It's just so weird to like see somebody in the right side driving.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this isn't normal. Like
culture shock.
What the fuck is happening? And then he'll turn, I'll be like, wait, we're gonna crash. Nope. Everybody's going in that lane in the traffic. That shit was so funny. But that shit gave me headaches.
Yeah, it's weird. And what I find strange about that is that they don't do that everywhere in Europe. It's UK, Ireland, and then where else? Because I know Italy.
Italy doesn't do it. No, it's like very selective few countries that do that. I don't know.
Left side of the road. Australia. Oh, it's all former British colonies. That's why.
Oh,
that makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
Australia, India, Jamaica. They do it in Jamaica. I've never been to Jamaica, so that makes sense. Kenya, New Zealand, South Africa, Hong Kong, a former English territory. Not British colony. Interesting.
I can't. We were
United Kingdom, Ireland, Malta, Cyprus.
We were thinking about renting a car, me and my pops, but I could not. Like I would, knowing me, I would go in the wrong
Now your
side
brain
of
would
the
be
road.
having like short circuits.
Yeah.
It says Japan's another country that drives on the left side of the road, even though it wasn't colonized by the British. Some say this is because the first cars imported to Japan were British and the habit stuck. Others say that the left side passage was prevalent during the Edo period, 1603 to 1867, when samurai ruled Japan.
We need more samurais.
We do need more samurai.
We need more samurai.
Yeah. The direct causation of lack of samurai and increase in bitchdom is the
Who was it? Was it
scale.
Who was it? Was it Alexander the Great? Who was like 25 fucking years old and he just like conquered the world? Like what the fuck was his name?
Bro, I'm having panic attacks at 29. What's going on?
Alexander the Great was a king of the ancient Greek kingdom of Macedon. He succeeded his father. What was he famous for? He created a vast empire that stretched from Macedonia to Egypt and from Greece to part of India. Yeah, so this motherfucker said, I'm taking over the world and I'm changing history. And I don't know how old he was, but...
How old was Attila the Hun?
That too. And like it's crazy because even if you think of samurais, like they're fucking warriors, dude. Like they will go to war. Like they don't give a fuck. Like they will do everything that they can to make shit happen and to train and to get to that level of prowess that they were at.
That's all they knew. That's what they knew. They knew to spread their seeds, spread their colonies, and that was the guaranteed way to keep things going in a forward motion for their civilization.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we're so domesticated in life that, it's so crazy when you start to think about bills and life now, what we deal with on a daily basis, where we just pay to exist. Everything, people make jokes all the time. My frontal lobe fully developed now, and now I'm stressing out about how life doesn't really make any sense, and we're all just paying working jobs to pay for things and just exist on this planet. It's like, once you start really breaking things down, you're kind of like, yeah, it's kind of fucking weird. But them, they had purpose. They had a reason to do things, but they didn't have to just like pay to exist. Does that make sense?
I think what you just said is a great analogy around that too, purpose. A lot of us are doing things that we are not fulfilled by. Right? Me and you are fulfilled by our careers, by what we do, because you are able to create. I'm able to create. When your purpose is also your job, because sometimes people have a purpose and then it's not their job. It may not be their job. It may not be the thing that pays their bills, but it's still going to give you alignment. It's still going to give you energy to put into that stuff. So if you're able to create, if you're able to do what you love and put passion into it, instead of just going to a fucking desk job or going to a place where you're going to push numbers or just be a laborer all day, then I think that'll be more fulfilling, because you clock in and you think, yeah, like you're just a cog in the system. You're just a cog in a whole system that you have to just pay for and just deal with and then retire. And then that's really it. But I put it on my story yesterday, 'cause every time I renew the gym, every time I upgrade the gym, I have like a revelation. Like I enjoy creating. I enjoy giving into my people. And also it's for myself. It's like the fact that I could spend $5,000-$10,000 on equipment and not stress about it. It's like, cool. Like I'm able to provide to myself, to my people, to my business, and I'm able to create more things. Like, all right, I have my belt squat. Now I'm going to turn it into a whole fucking rig. I could put attachments. I could do pull-ups. We could bench. We could squat. And we could do the belt squat. We can march when it's cold outside. I don't have to tell my people, hey, we got to go outside and squat. No, you can do it inside now too. So now I have 4 fucking really good squat racks in my gym, an 800 square foot spot. Like, I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I'm able to turn like a little fucking box into a training ground
facility, yeah.
Animals, yeah. So, but that's what keeps me going, as it keeps you going, because you have your your studios, your photography, your videography. You're able to create. Mm-hmm. I think if you're a man, and you're not able to create, then you kind of lose purpose. You kind of lose fulfillment.
I'll tell you what, when I first started doing all of this, I felt that purpose, and that it's not that I don't feel it today. I think, unfortunately, in my career and a lot of others, what happens is you wind up succumbing to the business side of things, and the creation side that you had so much fun with, especially in the beginning of sharpening your tools and trying new things and this and that. Now it's, oh, well, rent has to be made and this and that. Is that the little bug that was flying over your nose? He's over to me now.
Dude, everywhere I fucking go.
What's up with these things?
Everywhere.
I don't even have any food in here.
Dude, everywhere I go, like restaurants, my gym, wherever, there's just like these little fucking flies. Yeah.
It's really gross, but I'm gonna say what I've done in the past. Because you can't just swat them away, because they for some reason just are so fixated on going in your face.
You eat them?
I usually go and then spit them out. Yeah,
got you, bitch.
And go, and you just spit them right out.
That's great.
Little fucking thing. Yeah, got you, motherfucker.
That's mad funny.
But yeah, that's the problem, and I've spoken about it a bunch of times on the podcast and just in general with other people, other entrepreneurs that reach out to me like, yo. I have a bunch actually that say, yo, I just want to do what you're doing. You're following your dream. You're doing your thing and this and that. And I think that everybody should at some point be the maker of their destiny, be the maker of their company and push in the direction that they feel. Because when you have that job, it used to be that you had security. So back, let's say 40 years ago, if I had a job and I put my time in and I was there and I was a great associate and everybody loved me and the feedback was well received from everybody at the company that I was an asset and I was somebody that delivered a lot of value there, I could stick around for 40, 50, 60 years, get my retirement pension, they'd match all these things, healthcare, and I'd be set. It is not the same anymore. And there is no such thing as job security. You see all of these mass layoffs at all these different sectors. People that have been with the company for X amount of years, tons of years, they unfortunately believe that they're the safest ones at the company. And a lot of times they're not. You're going to get chopped off the block so this way they can have somebody come in and do it for a third of the cost.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that's just capitalism in that aspect and part of that monopolist gain. So you have to understand that at one point, that thought process, just like buying a home when you were 21 years old, made sense. Times have changed.
Now that's unfucking heard of.
Oh, it's unheard of. Now times have changed.
Yeah.
Whether you want to say for the worse, which I think in a lot of ways they have changed for the worse, or for the better. I think there's a lot of benefits to what's going on in terms of like the world. There's a lot more entrepreneurs. There's a lot more people doing their own thing and realizing, I'm able to connect with small businesses and bring really high production quality that they would have had to have paid 50, 60, 100 grand for 20 years ago. Now we can do budgets of $10, $15, $20,000 and we can yield content for months.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of benefit that I bring to the table for a lot of these companies. And that's why my retainer clients, I'm always so appreciative of constant monthly stuff that we're able to do.
Yeah.
Whereas it was out of reach for a lot of small businesses years ago. So there's a lot of benefits that have happened with the continuation down of like making things more affordable in that sector. But now we're seeing the rise in costs, which a lot of people want to blame inflation. I do believe inflation plays a large role in it, whether that's created inflation or actual inflation. I'm not an economist, so I can't really say. I don't know that side of the coin. People like when we debate politics or debate, economics and whatnot. I'm not a proficient debater in that.
Yeah.
So I can only give what I see, what I analyze, what I feel like is going on, and then that's my 2 cents. And somebody may say, "No, fuck your 2 cents, you're wrong." Okay, what am I supposed to say?
And what's funny is that the debate is tonight.
Oh, it is. Yeah, the presidential debate's tonight.
So,
yeah, that's gonna be interesting to watch.
Funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't go into that.
No. We're
fuck
fucking
that.
these people, man.
Fuck that.
No matter what you say, they'll have something to say back. So it's just like I'm exhausted by them.
Fuck that. So, honestly, my I didn't really get to understand really like finances or life, money or anything until I opened the gym. And I always tried to get jobs because that's what my parents said. That's what people say. You have to get a job.
Be a good worker.
Take the civil service test. Study. Do all this shit. And between like 18 and 25, I had no fucking idea what to do because no matter what way I turned, it just wasn't right. One of my waitering jobs, my ex-girlfriend cheated on me with the fucking manager. So there's that. And then another fucking job, like, you're not showing us energy. You're not showing us passion. I go, I fucking do everything in this fucking place. I do every single job that you need me to do. I show up on time. I work here full time. This is my only income. And I know that. I know that you guys could just be like, okay, bye, Tom. See you later. And that's what they did because they saw that I just didn't give a shit anymore because I didn't like that I wasn't appreciated for my work and my time. So also, with everything that was happening over the past 4 years, there are times where I got into a union job, I got into certain departments of New York City, and I could have gotten a career and I could have stayed here and lived comfortably. Unfortunately, there were certain demands that I had to meet, and I didn't want to do that. There were certain things, whether it was political or whatever the fuck it was, medical procedures, whatever, vaccines, I didn't want to do. Respectfully, that is my opinion, and I didn't want to do it. And I looked at it, and I'm like, you know what? It's not for me because it goes against my morals and my values and what I believe in.
Good for you.
So then instead, I said, fuck it. And I opened up my gym. I found the spot next to the burger joint, and then I started to progress. But it wasn't money. It wasn't like trying to prove anything. Well, it was to prove people wrong, but it wasn't like to, make all this money and like get clout and all this shit. No, it's because I realized that a part of me was like, all right, if I don't do this, then what am I going to do? There's no job security. It costs God knows how much money to get a fucking degree, and you're probably not even going to make money in that field that you go in, unless it's a trade or unless it's something that you really learn.
I'm a key example. I regret my diploma.
And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because you cannot use that stuff. So it's like, unless you're becoming something that is high in demand or you're becoming something that you can use with your hands, that's what my mom and my dad taught me, then what the fuck are you going to do? So I opened up the gym, and and listen, am I making millions of dollars or whatever? No, but I'm doing what I love. I do what I'm passionate about. I'm able to create. I'm able to get people strong. And it stems back to what we said before. I think that is what gives people most purpose in life. You need to do something that you're passionate about. And you need to realize that, you got to handle your own shit as a man, as a woman, as a parent, as a business owner. Because if I stop showing up to Strength Factory, who the fuck is going to run the gym? Not Pooch, not O'Furley. They have their own shit. They have their own shit to do. They have their own lives to worry about. It's me. I have to show up. I have to do my shit. And if I don't show up there, right, I could take a week off because I appreciate everybody that comes into my gym because they take care of the space. I'm lucky to have that, but I can't take a month, 2 or 3 months off. I can't do that. If something breaks, who's responsible? Me. If I want to upgrade the gym, who's responsible? Me. I'm not going to my dad, but hey, Dad, can I get $10,000? No, it doesn't work that way. So,
damn, I wish, man. I'm over here paying my dad's life insurance policy because he won't. Yeah, fucking awesome. Yeah.
And it's tough, but are there good positive notes to it? Yes. And that's what I like to focus on. But, I think just doing something you love is something that you can create. That's what makes life a lot fucking easier.
And the funny thing is you can make 10 times the money that you can make. Theoretically, it's infinite. The amount of money that you can make on your own is infinite. When you work at a company, when you work for the city, you're capped. Like, especially when you want to become a cop, some of this most dangerous work in general, I'd say, you want to become a cop. What do they start you at? They start you at like 80 out here?
In the city, I mean, I don't know. I think the city, it's like 50, 60 a year?
50, 60 a year. And then, they go, but you can hit that cap of like 110, 120. It's like, bro, that's not even enough to make anything anymore.
No, it's not. And, I was an EMT, dude. I was an EMT for 6 months. I was a basic EMT just doing transport, but it was like, God forbid somebody goes into cardiac arrest, I have to do CPR. I have to save their life,
For however long it takes you to get to the hospital.
However long it takes me. Like, you deal with psych patients, you deal with mentally too, medically unstable people that if, God forbid, they're having a heart attack, you have to try to save their life. And I'm only getting paid $15 an hour, bro. Yeah. But $15 an hour.
But all the NFL professionals, they all just got extensions of $120 million and this and that. It's amazing to me. I have this debate mentally constantly when I see these contract extensions. I'm like, oh, good for them. That's awesome. Like, you're getting paid that much. But I just go, in what fucking dimension do they need that much money to play football? Like, your job is intensive. You're an athlete. You are expected to perform. And if you can't perform, then you are whisked away and shoved aside.
Is it a life necessity?
Dog.
No.
What is that? Dude,
it's
right
not.
Now. I'll tell you right now. Because I was... shout to Dak Prescott. You're on my fantasy team. But besides that, I don't think you're worth the money.
They get paid so much fucking money. But wait.
Perform.
You need to win for me.
You ready for this? Okay. Because I know you probably you don't follow it, which is fine.
Sports day now.
Yeah, it's okay. No. So Dak Prescott is the quarterback of the Cowboys.
Okay.
All right. He agrees to terms on a 4-year contract extension. Mm-hmm. How much do you believe that 4-year extension is?
So 4-year contract extension. So that means he's still on the team.
Yep. But how much did they pay him for that extension?
To continue the team, I'm going to say $150 million.
More.
$300 million.
Lower.
250?
240.
Jesus Christ.
240 million for 4 fucking years.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And the dude that's trying to keep somebody alive and keep their fucking heart beating is getting paid $15 an hour.
$15 an hour, yeah,
Sick.
man. And like, even,
he's getting paid 20. He's getting paid
a year.
Why is this fucking thing not working? The beta fucking software. Whatever.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot. Y'all get it. Y'all get the
It's like what? Like fucking $100,000 a day. Some shit.
Now I need to know. Yeah. Not a day. I need to know. I fucking. Don't you do this to me, Ricky Bobby?
It's
getting paid $60 million a year.
Yeah, it's crazy. I had a debate with one guy. This is back like fucking 8 years ago on Instagram. I posted something about football because like sports are distractions, bro. I don't care how passionate you are about sports. I like playing sports. They're fun. Like I like being an athlete more than anybody else does right now. Like I compete in strongman. I love jiu-jitsu. I love all that stuff. Like there's different parts and plays of everything. Like jiu-jitsu is like self-defense, survival. Well, playing football is it a necessity? No, it's not. It's not. Like, all right, cool. You're performing and you're playing a sport. Great. Love it. One guy got so fucking offensive to me. Offended. Mm-hmm. He got so offended, and I go to him, I go, dude, like, I'd rather watch UFC and fighting and jiu-jitsu than playing football, like, than watching football. Like, to me, it's just boring. It's a distraction. And it's like, all right, cool. You're into football. You're into going to a bar and drinking beer all fucking day and getting belligerent and fighting people over it. No, my team's better. Well, what if this guy did this? What if this guy did that? Fucking fighting and shit, all that stuff. Like, is it worth it? No. So, but that like you ever see like the videos of like the rats or like the reels, like where people are depressed? It's like all gloomy, black and white, and they're all just staring at a screen. Yep. With drool hanging out of their fucking mouth. And like, that's how I see it sometimes. And like, are people going to agree with me? No. But to me, like, I just don't.
I think there's a lot of things that are distractions in front of us. Hollywood is definitely one of them. They push the narratives that they want, whatever it is. It's gross how they do shit like that. Football's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Football's the same thing. They push the narratives that they want, especially on the political side of things. Yeah. And it's very tough to stay engaged watching and this and that. When you see it all, it's exhausting sometimes. It's like, bro, you're getting paid $240 million to play. Bro, throw the fucking football. Like, just in general. Like, just throw the football, do your job, like whatever. But once again, we go back. It is a distraction. A lot of this shit is. And truthfully, the same could be said about the UFC and whatnot.
Yeah.
Every Saturday night, we got to watch our people fight. Yeah. But the craziest thing that I see, and I saw it all weekend, because obviously football is back and this was the real first weekend. The Chargers and the Raiders fans, I think? They were brawling at the stadium.
Yeah.
Brawling.
Yeah, man. For what fucking reason?
I can't emphasize this enough. You are grown fucking men wearing the jerseys of other grown men on your backs, and you're fighting about, double-handed jerkies. And you're fucking fighting over who threw the fucking ball and caught it better. You look like the biggest asshole I think I ever. Not only do you look like a cuck, but you look like the biggest fucking loser ever. We're going to fist fight outside the stadium because my team didn't do as good as the other team. It's like, bro, you got to get your priorities straight, brother.
Yeah.
And if that's not even a bigger wake up call to get your priorities straight, you got to control that drinking, dog, because no sober man who is sane, key points, no sober man who is sane is going to sit there and go, but my quarterback is better. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so pathetic.
It's childish.
Bro, it's so scary.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
it happens on a constant basis. And the same could be said for let's minimize it a little bit. The same could be said for the dads that fist fight each other at the children's games. They're the weekend warriors, bro. You're gonna fight another dad at a kid's baseball game. Grow the fuck up.
It's ego.
First off, that's
pride.
also 9 times out of 10. I bet that's somebody that also has never done a martial art or done some type of actual physical training like that. Because dudes like that always have more self-control.
When you're a fighter, you don't ever want to get into a real fight.
No.
Ever. You don't.
The more I learn about jiu-jitsu, the less I want to actually use it.
Yeah, bro. Because I think about it. Sometimes I've never been into an actual street fight before ever. I've never had to defend myself or like my my family or anything. Thank God.
Now we're gonna have to beat the fuck out of somebody at ramen.
Yeah,
Great.
it's gonna happen. And a week later, Tom
beat the shit out of this guy with the ramen.
This guy.
And eat all the fucking noodles too.
So like, I always think like if I ever get into an altercation or if somebody ever like starts with me, it's like, dude, I could fucking kill you, bro. I could literally fucking just break you apart piece by piece. Like I'm strong and I know jiu-jitsu. I know how to punch. Like if I get my hands on you, you're done. Yeah, it's over. Unless you knock me the fuck out, that's it. I can literally kill you. I can tear apart your knees. I can destroy your elbows.
Oh, could you imagine actually just ripping an armbar without worrying about somebody tapping?
Oh my God.
Just rip it?
I could fucking twister you. I can destroy your spine. Like I'm getting very vivid, but
anybody else getting horny?
But but that's how scary it is. Like people don't understand that, but I don't ever want to get into a fight with somebody because I would feel bad for them. It's just like, dude, like you don't know what you're talking about.
Picking apart a child.
Bro, you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. You're going to get hurt and you're going to get fucked up. I'm going to break you apart piece by piece. And you look at it, it's like, it's not worth it. You could call me a pussy. You could call me bald. You can call me fucking whatever the fuck you want. You can make fun of my appearance.
Oh, okay.
You could disrespect me, right?
Oh, you're saying that's the insults that are going to do it. I thought that was what people were going to say about you for saying you're turning down the fight. I was like, bald.
It's
what?
Like, you know, like people would like talk to somebody and they'll attack their physical appearance. Well, like, Nick,
that's all they have.
Your blue eyes are gay, bro.
Wow.
Your hair is just not clean.
And
whatever.
So it all comes out.
Your hoodie is just John Deere. That's a stupid hoodie.
Well, right when I get my purple belt, it's on. So we got time. So I'm gonna sit here and shut up.
Like stupid shit like that. You know, they'll just try to bust your chops. They'll try to poke at you. It's not worth it. And most of these guys that we're talking about, these brawlers, these dads, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I used to have that when I used to go out with one of my exes.
Oh,
and I cut you off right. You would say something. I didn't mean to. But
no, it's okay.
Yeah, dudes would constantly try to like. Yeah. They'd walk in, they'd stare at her, then they'd look at me, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know what you think you're doing, but like, this isn't gonna like start me to come over there and fight you, and you're gonna beat me, and she's gonna leave with you. You're gonna white knight me. Oh my God.
You're confident though.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're a confident.
Like, go somewhere else, bro. Go get a pizza. Go somewhere else.
You're a confident, secure man at that point. That's good. And a lot of these men and a lot of these guys would benefit from training a martial art because then they would realize that they ain't shit at all. And you're like, oh wow, I was gonna fuck that. I was gonna try to fuck with that guy at the game or at my kid's game, and I'm going in and some nerd, some like 140 pound,
like Musumeci,
fucking some like skinny dude that smokes pot. Is fucking destroying me right now.
You like a launch.
Yeah, it's crazy. You look at these kids too, these fucking 15-year-old kids that do jiu-jitsu, and they're looking at these guys like, oh my God, this guy, I'm gonna have fun with him.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is great.
So yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. It's belligerent.
Well, and you look at the turnover rate, especially in jiu-jitsu. I've seen so many people cycle out that I thought were going to stay, and you watch and you're just like, wow, they really just can't hang.
It's hard shit, man.
They just can't hang.
Dude, I see the same shit, like the turnover of my gym. Like I'll get into it. Like the turnover rate is like, what is it? What is that again?
That's just like people starting and then they decide to quit. Whether it be because of, I would say let's take the finances out of it, because most of the time I would say that the finances don't have that much of a impending value on their turnover. I would say it's more so just like the hard work effect, especially in jiu-jitsu as well, getting to the next, realizing like once you go from white to blue, like, oh, it's like 2 to 3 years to get to purple now. And after that, it's another, people just, they don't want to keep getting their ass kicked entirely through and through. And to me, it's like every time I get my ass kicked, I learn. I'm learning more and more, and I'm getting better and better. I'm able to move a little bit nicer, and I'm just able to like see things. Like, dude, I was fucking with a bunch of the guys last night, like just a couple of like the guys that are my skill and lower. I was toying around with them. I wasn't really giving it a ton, but then I went against my buddy Schneer, who's a purple belt, weighs maybe 30 pounds lighter than me, 20, 30 pounds lighter than me.
Excuse me.
Yeah, burp away, baby. It's okay. I don't right in the mic. And he's super technical, dude. And it's just, you got to watch him. Like every time he grabs my leg to do like a heel hook, I grab the back of his neck and I pull it into his like stomach. And then he lets go of my leg and then I let go of his head. And then we'll go back and forth. And then he got me in he tried getting me in a baseball bat choke. And then he got me in almost like a cross collar where he elevated me with butterfly hooks. And I held on for like as long as I could. I was like, oh, he's got the choke. And then he moved just the right way and he got got me. And I was like, oh, there it is. And I tapped and I was like, fuck, bro. And we're laughing and whatever.
That's good.
But you start to realize that certain people can't handle that. They can't handle the fact that a kid that's 30 pounds lighter than them just fucking choked them out and you had to tap.
Yeah.
Listen, sometimes you really have to suppress your male psyche and ego. And you're just like, bro, it's not that serious.
Yeah. And the turnover rate of my gym, it's very like wishy-washy because people don't understand like that my gym is not a boutique gym. It's not like easy shit. Like I am adamant about making it difficult because that's how you're really going to change. That's how you're really going to benefit from it. Like if I had you do fucking boot camp, regular boot camp shit, you're not going to progress. You're not going to train. And I have multiple people that come to me and like, I need to step it up. Like I'm looking for more. I'm looking for more out of training and I want to get better. I'm like, okay, well, what do you do in your other gyms? And they tell me the stuff that they do. And I'm like, they're kind of limiting you at a sense. I don't know if it's because of money or like a liability thing, but like they're limiting what you are not progressing in. So my turnover rate is interesting because people, once they come in, they realize that it's training, it's work. And with dudes especially, like I would love if I could get like 30, 40 like animals in there, but they have too much of an ego. They go to regular gyms like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I know I don't need to go to Tom. Or, all right, I do CrossFit. All right, well, this just works for me. This is what's happening. I'm not getting stronger. I'm plateaued, but you know what? I need to keep doing this because I already know what the fuck I'm doing. But if these guys would literally just be like, all right, if I can just put my energy and my trust into Tom and that he'll guide me right, that's all it is too. It's giving trust and giving faith that this person is going to lead you right. Whether you're an athlete, you're an old person, you want to lose weight, you have to give faith into that person or that coach that's going to guide you right. Like Matt Sarah, the main coach at Sarah?
I mean, he is. He coaches a lot of the morning classes that are gi. He teaches the mixed class on Saturday morning.
So he's your main coach. He's your professor.
I mean, he's the guy. And I didn't realize how big of a deal he is. He was like the first black belt from the Gracies in the States.
Henzo's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's like the guy. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's like official.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So, but that's your coach.
Yeah.
Right? That's your professor.
Yeah, I have like Gary, who I think you were the one who competed against him.
Yeah.
Gary, who was a Danaher guy, he
really good, really
Gary's
good,
we call him Psycho Gary.
Yeah,
when we
really
have gym
good.
drop-ins and they want to like, oh, we tap somebody out at Sarah's, they go, all right, Psycho Gary.
Yeah.
And he goes over there and he just does fucking crazy shit.
That's the mat enforcer.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
so he teaches the comp class. But then I also have a couple of other guys like Anthony Palestino. He does a lot of the no-gi stuff. Joe, his nickname is Slim. He's one of the competition black belts. He does Thursday night no-gi, but Matt is the head figure at the gym. But
you have multiple guys that you put your trust and your faith into, right?
Yeah.
So now you putting your trust and your faith and your energy into them, you elevate, right? You learn different techniques, you get stronger, and you learn how to do jiu-jitsu better, right? That is a perfect example of with men, you have to give your faith and you have to give your trust into somebody, right? If you don't, then you're just going to keep combating yourself, and you keep wondering why you're not getting better. Why are you not getting better? If your way of doing shit is so great, why are you plateauing? Why aren't you going up in weight? Why are you still fat? Why are you still a little fucking bitch? Because you're not giving faith into somebody helping you. That's what the world does. That's what I do.
Well, solo, you look at the situation that you got yourself in, and it's nothing to be upset about.
No.
It's nothing to sulk about. We all have issues in life. I was super heavy when I was younger. I got fit, then I got heavier again, then I got fit again. You just have to understand that. And every single time that I did my journey, I had somebody that helped me. The first time that I had somebody that helped me was a chiropractor that taught me about macros when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. Then I walked the track a bunch. I played handball. Yeah. That was that. Then my second one was, even though he was a fucking asshole, he was my coach who got me down to 150.
Yeah.
Whether it was healthy or not, that's hearsay, but that was him.
You got better.
Exactly. Then the doctor, James, that's my guy, mad scientist down in Florida. He was my next person. Then after that, you helped me start shit off after COVID.
Yeah.
Then it was Evan and Taylor over at OG. Then it's you again now. And then it's everybody at Sarah's. So I've always aligned myself with people that I knew could help me.
Yeah. And you're doing it right, man. You did it right. And this is why you are where you're at today. And, in my gym, I wish, if guys are listening to this, I wish they would come down and train, because it's hard shit, but it's how you get strong. And I just find so much satisfaction in just seeing what people can fucking do. Like, it's incredible just like seeing an everyday person come in and just lose weight and just transform, or even like a professional guy, coach, whatever the fuck, come in and just elevate. Like it's very interesting to see like an athlete or a guy who does CrossFit or their own shit and they've never done like what we do before, and they try to pick up like a 200-pound sandbag and they can't do it. And then I literally just cold go up and just do it myself, and they're like, holy shit. But then they keep coming back like, all right, this is the stuff. This is what's going to help me elevate. Because if you're plateaued and you're not doing what you want, then what the fuck is the point?
Plateaus are easy, man. The human body is the master of homeostasis and keeping things equilibrium and just like everything even. So like you start progressing, but you start to almost hit that plateau very quickly if you don't switch things up. That's why like people that are trying to lose weight, you run a mile, then you run 2 miles, then you run 3 miles, then all of a sudden you're doing hours and hours of cardio, but your body's not moving anymore in terms of like weight loss. That's because your body has just stopped. It's plateaued. It's right where it needs to stay, right there, to keep the balance of your eating schedule and your workout schedule. Yeah. That's why interval training, that's why mixing in weight training, that's why mixing in other modalities help keep the body guessing where it needs to be. And also that's why high carb days, low carb days for an eternity have always been helpful.
Yeah. And it's getting away from the law of accommodation. So the law of accommodation is a principle in strength training that states that the body's response to a stimulus decreases over time if the stimulus is repeated too often. You do burpees every fucking day. Your body's going to get used to it. You run every day. Your body's going to get used to it. You start to plateau because your body responds to stimulus and stress. The human body is so fucking resilient, bro. Like the fact that I do my shit every day and I'm still getting stronger. Like I hit 2 PRs this morning. It's insane and incredible to see. I hit double 132-pound kettlebell clean.
Crazy.
And I did a 5 plates and a 25 landmine clean.
I show people your landmine shit all the time. Like, I can't even believe how fucking strong this dude is. It's crazy.
It's good though. Like that's what keeps me going, man. And like that, like just increasing my training stimulus is something that I knew that I had to. Something I know I always have to fucking do. Like even today, I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? Like sometimes you get comfortable. I get comfortable. It happens. Like even like lately, like what do I clean the landmine? 5 plates. What do I double clean on kettlebells? 124. I'm like, all right, let me just fucking go for it. Let me just step it up. Sometimes even I get in my head, I'm like, you know what? Like I'm getting used to this shit now. Like I need to force myself to just do heavier weight and just to up my stimulus. Am I repeating the same actions? Yeah, but like even just going up heavier in weight. Like I have a client recently that he's never swung above a 40-pound kettlebell, right? He started with
double swing?
2-hand swing, yeah. And he started with me, 3-4 weeks ago, and he now swings 200 pounds.
I love that.
Right? Because he told me he hated kettlebells. Like he didn't really think they did anything. I was like, oh, baby boy, you better find out.
Welcome to the show.
You better find out. And he was like, I never thought I would be able to do that. I'm like, yeah, you just need to increase your training stimulus. You just need to lift heavier. Like you're hitting your plateau because you're not going heavy enough. That's really it. It's simple. And the same thing applies to life. Like if you plateau in life, like you need to switch it up. You need to figure out a way to increase your efficiency in your business, in your job, right? If you go and travel and get a new certification, you'll get paid more in your job, in your field. If you, like me, like I just bought my new rig, my new rack. I want people to be able to perform better in the gym. I don't want to have to tell Pooch and the guys like, all right, you guys are going to barbell squat, but then the girls like, oh, well, I only have one fucking squat rack. Oh, you guys are on the belt. But then they look at me like, oh, you know, I kind of want a barbell squat too. So I'm like, So now I fixed that problem. All right, I bought a rig where it's the belt squat and it's a squat rack at the same time. So now in the wintertime when it gets cold, instead of like sending people outside to die in the fucking winter tundra, they can just stay in the heated gym and they can squat. That is one of the...
I can't believe he just lied on camera. He doesn't heat the gym. The fuck is he talking about?
I heat the gym? Yes, I do.
He keeps it hot in the summer and he keeps it cold in the winter.
Nah, you're bugging.
He wants you to be in the elements.
I want you to talk to all of my clients, every single one of them. When they watch this, I'm going to have them message you like, you're full of shit.
That AC
he puts the heater on.
That AC in the window has never been used.
Oh, I love the heat. The heat is great. I will never put on the AC. Fuck that. That's just for decoration.
That's a Jamal thing. He wears like 2 hoodies and he'll train.
Oh, yeah, dude. I love to sweat. Hell yeah.
He'll walk around in the summer with 2 hoodies on.
Hell yeah. Well, no, what?
Oh, yeah, he don't give a fuck.
Nah, walking around, that's crazy.
No, he'll walk around. Yeah. No.
Yeah, nah, Jamal, you bugging.
Nah, he's built different. He's built different.
Well, if you're working out, I would get it. But just like walking around.
Walk around.
Yeah, nah, it's
Yeah, well, he's different. He's
that's
different.
crazy. He's different. He's built different.
All right, real quick, because it's 2:10 and we got to get ramen, and I wanted to get, how was Ireland? We haven't
great.
done a podcast. I still have to get that episode that we did out prior. I'm gonna bang that out probably in the next week once the move is done. Thank you. I love you, bro. I have to get going on that because I want to get that last training session out there. But how did Ireland go? You and Papa did Jules.
Yeah, man. Ireland was great. And honestly, the best takeaway from that trip was just spending time with my dad, man.
Yeah,
like
awesome.
it was a great trip, but like spending time with him, and like he can't stop talking about it. He loved talking to all these people and just meeting different people, seeing different culture. Ireland was good. Getting there, I wanted to fucking kill him because it was a 5-hour difference. And when we got there, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. So we just flew for like 6 fucking hours. We were supposed to land at 12, but it was really 5 in the morning. I have to sleep. So he was like, oh, we'll stay up for another 8 fucking hours. I go, absolutely not.
No.
So I had to spend, I had to find another hotel, and we had to sleep for like 6 hours because I only want to book for the morning. But we started walking around. We started to see the culture, everything, like people drive on the other side of the road, different shops and how they were. It was very cool. It was fun. The competition itself, it was fucking grueling, bro. It was so hard. Like, I looked at the weights, but I didn't realize like how fucking hard it was. I hung with the best in the world. Like, listen, did I come in last? No. But I did beat a good handful of guys in events, and I still held my own, and the best in the world. Like, these motherfuckers were from South Africa, from Australia. Great, nice
And
guys.
they train for this. This is their thing.
This is their shit. That's their thing. And like, the hardest things for me, like, was just not getting hurt. Like 600-pound farmer's carries, a 300-pound Husafel fucking carry. The yoke was the hardest thing, bro. I have never put more than 505 on my back to jump another 150 pounds. I thought my fucking spine was going to snap in half.
Yeah,
but
the compression was crazy.
Yeah,
man.
but you know what? I grabbed my balls. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'm going out and I'm doing it. I kept dropping it, but I'm not a quitter, bro. I'm a fucking samurai. I'm a fucking warrior. I will die before I quit. I don't give a fuck. So I went out there. I lifted it up. I walked a couple steps, dropped it. I lifted it up again, walked a couple steps, dropped it. I'm like, you know what? I got heart. I may not be able to do this, but I got fucking heart. I did it one more time. I took 2 more steps. I felt my spine. And I was like, no. But I gave it my all. I was happy about it.
You didn't pinch anything, right?
No, thank God.
Good.
No. The events.
I know that's super easy when you have something like that.
Yeah, bro.
You just move the wrong way and you tweak some shit really easy.
It's scary, bro. And a lot of guys got hurt. One guy, it was the 660-pound yoke into a 250 axle bar press. So
axle bar press is standing?
Axle bar, yeah, it's like a barbell cleaning press, but it's the thick grip, the axle. So the event was and you're doing the shit in a minute, bro, a minute and 15 seconds. So you're taking a fucking 660-pound weight on your back, running with it, and then you're going into a cleaning press. And this guy clean and pressed it over his head, dropped it behind him, and it smashed on his foot. He broke his foot. It was like this. They had to get morphine, ketamine. He was fucked up. He completely shattered his foot. And then the same fucking thing happened to somebody else. This guy did the same thing and fucking destroyed his back I don't know how it hit his back, but like it came up behind his head and fucking smashed his back.
And this is what?
Clean and press, the axle bar.
Oh, the axle bar.
Yeah, dude.
So they threw it over their heads.
And they went.
How's it hitting their foot?
I think it like rolled behind him, and I think like he maybe was like in like a stagger. Maybe he was in a split. He tried to split jerk it, and he dropped it behind his head. And he couldn't take his foot out closer. And another guy like ruptured his ankle by carrying the yoke. So honestly, the second day, I was like, you know what? I'm just trying to not get hurt. I was sore as fuck. I had bruises all over me, my fucking biceps, my legs. And even everybody's like hitting me up. They're like, yo, the shit you're doing is nuts. Like, the shit you're doing is unfucking believable. And one guy came up to me. He's like, dude, you're doing shit that not even 1% of the world can do right now. Like, that is fucking insane. And it's also really cool because the way I train, my unconventional training, it really helped me do everything. The only thing I couldn't really do is just the clean and press. Everything else I moved. I moved the deadlift. I moved I moved the farmer's carry. I moved the yoke. I moved the Husafel. Everything. It was fucking sick. And I didn't come in last, but I came in. I beat a couple of the guys in the events. So that alone was just a fucking invigorating experience. Was I shot? Yeah, because you do an event and you're chilling there for another 3 hours. You do another event and you're doing all this shit just for really 10 minutes of work. If it was like back to back to back to back, then that'd be cool. But I
feel like you'd be gassed though.
I'd be gassed.
So you almost maybe if it was like an hour between events.
If it was like an hour, that'd be fucking cool. But overall, the experience was amazing. It was great to be on that stage. It was so nerve-wracking. Like, I never thought that I would have the balls to go and do that. Because, like, there were times where I couldn't even talk on camera. Like, if you asked me to do this when I was, like, 20, 21, I would be like, no, absolutely not. But, like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, I might fail at this. Like, I might just fucking embarrass myself. And I did my first event. I couldn't even do the first fucking log. And then the second event, I did that shit like nothing. Everybody was like, oh, shit.
Log?
The
log
600, press? Log clean and press, yeah. And then the second event was the timber carry, which was 617 fucking pounds. Only 4 guys could do that out of the 19, I think it was. And it was cool. It was great. And, you know, it was cool meeting other people, other guys. I was amazed by these fucking guys, dude. I could not believe the shit that they did. A 600 fucking pound straight bar deadlift on a Kratos bar. This thing is, I don't even know, it's like 11 feet long. And the
Kratos bar?
Kratos deadlift bar. The whip.
Like Kratos from God of War?
Yes, Cerberus strength, yeah. So the whip of it was insane. And the bar is so fucking big. These motherfuckers did 600 fucking pounds on this fucking bar. I was amazed. I couldn't believe it. I go, holy fucking shit.
The world famous Cerberus strength Kratos bar.
Yep, that's it. It's a really bendy fucking bar.
Does that make it harder or easier?
I have no idea. I couldn't even fucking move it. I couldn't even deadlift it. I couldn't even lift it up.
And how much was on it?
600 pounds.
And what's your normal deadlift?
505.
Okay, so yeah, it was a
100-pound jump. I can't.
Some people probably don't think that that's like that big of a deal. 100-pound jump.
Like, it is. Yeah, it's a big jump, man.
It's a big jump. So the Kratos bar is a 10-foot long barbell designed for strongman competition by Cerberus Strength. It's designed to provide maximum whip and flex, and is more. That's definitely a
typo.
That's definitely a typo. Lithe? Yeah, I guess it's light.
Yeah,
it's more light than other bars, which can present a new. No, lithe. What does that mean?
Lithe.
Lithe, which can present a new challenge for lifters. The bar's features include
lithe, meaning bending, readily, pliant, limber, supple, flexible.
Okay, yeah. So it's just whippy.
It's flexible. Yeah, it's whippy. So
warranty comes with a 3-year functional warranty. Great. It's awesome.
I might buy this.
Thanks for summing that up, AI. Back to work, you fucking stupid computer. I didn't need to know the warranty.
So, yeah, I met a lot of cool guys. A lot of the guys came up to me. They were very, very encouraging. And one of the guys asked me to sign his shirt. He's like, "Yo, I want to honor all the guys that competed. Like, can you sign my shirt?" I'm like, wow, that's gangster. I love that. It was such a cool experience. And my dad hasn't been out of the country. I don't even know how long. But it was cool. He can't stop talking about it. He talked to every fucking person there.
Good for him.
He was there literally for 12 hours straight, just like filming me and like talking to everybody, watching all the events. And like,
proud. He's excited.
Yeah, I love my dad, bro. He really, like, one of my friends say he's like my number one fan. He really is. Like, he like, me and him like bicker, but he really is. Like,
he's bicker with.
Whatever.
I bicker with Karen all the time, but she's my number one.
Like, I could just see him like film me. He's like, "I created you. You're my son." Like, it's cool. It was a good time. That was the biggest takeaway, man. Just spending time with my pops, going to a different country, doing hard fucking shit. And I came back invigorated. I cut my shirt. My competitor shirt, I hung it up on the wall, and it has my last name, and that's my trophy.
Dope.
That's my trophy, is that I put it on the wall.
Experience
Next to all my other medals, and on to the next.
So now, let me ask you this. What's the next process? Are you going to do another strongman event?
You know what, man? I don't know. I want to do a lot. Honestly, I want to go back to school to do massage therapy.
Okay.
I want to start going towards more of like recovery and like the holistic shit with training, with fitness, because, you know, training people, do I want to do forever? No. Do I want to train? Absolutely. But I think eventually I want to start going more the route of like massage therapy, cupping, Graston, scraping. I want to start doing more of that, really learning about the body and how I can help people not just move better, but like feel better too, and getting strong. So that's an idea that I have. I want to build my business. I want to get more people, just start to build more, get more support, more notoriety in that.
Space closer to Nick.
That too, expanding.
I'll keep praying for it.
That too, expanding. Do I want to compete still too? Yeah. It's just tough, man. Yep. It's tough by yourself. It's tough, like, as a dude, as a man. Like, you want to do all these things.
You can only focus on so many things.
Yeah, dude.
We all want to do. Tough. I want to play guitar. I want to get good at jiu-jitsu. I want to weight lift. I want to run my business. I want to take care of Kenji. I want to find a romantic partner. It's just like, there's only so many things we could do. I want to play the new video games that come out. There's like only so much I could do in a day.
Yeah, man. So it's tough. All my efforts is really just building myself up as like the man that I want to be in my career, just providing more, being more valuable, like, to people, like just being more valuable to myself, to my relationships, to my friends, to my clients, to my family. Like, that's what I really want. And that's what keeps me going. It's just like constantly elevating, constantly learning new things. I can't get stagnant. I'll lose my mind. I cannot get stagnant. If I plateau, there's a problem.
Yeah, it happens so easily too. If
I'm in the same place as last year, that's a problem. If I have the same equipment as last year, that's a problem. And like, I don't care what people say. I think that's what keeps a lot of us going, is the constant, like, wanting to get better and progress. And some people are like, oh, you should be content. You should be happy. You should be comfortable. Maybe I don't want to be. Maybe I want to continuously progress. Maybe that's what's going to keep me alive. Maybe that's what's going to keep my fire to keep going and to keep pursuing shit that I want to do. Yeah, do I want to be comfortable eventually? Yeah, I want to be able to lay down, play my video games, and watch TV. Of course, but when it comes to work, I want to keep working. I want to keep progressing. I don't want to grow old and just sit around and not do anything. Be fucking 65 years old and then just rot for 30 more years. I don't want to do that. I want to continue.
At this rate, none of us are going to be able to afford that anyway, so we're going to have to keep working until we're like 110.
You're right.
Keep working until we're 110. Even if we die at 90, we still got to work till 110.
What was it saying? Somebody told me this. It was something about debt. I think the man in the most debt wins, because when you die, it goes away.
Yeah. Or it passes to your children, so you got to be careful about that.
That's true.
Put everything in trust, everybody.
That's true.
Put everything in trust so everyone can't access it. That's what I'm on the process of doing. Putting everything out of my name, put everything into a trust. It's the smart way to do it, man. You get married, everything.
That is true. You're right. It does pass on.
Nothing is in my name now. Hey, what? I don't make any money. What are you talking about? What? I bought $9,000 worth of lenses. I don't even know where that money came from. Money doesn't actually exist. What are you talking about?
Are we even like here? Is this even happening?
This is I think we're already dead. We're just replaying everything that we've done in our lives.
Is this a simulation?
Probably.
Are we in like a bubble and like aliens are just looking at us?
I'll tell you what, if this is a simulation, knock my hardness level down. Just like make it a little easier. Just a little bit.
Give me invisibility.
I feel like I'm on legendary on Halo right now. Drop it to heroic. I'm cool with heroic, right? Just give me some fucking time. For Christ's sake. Like one thing after the other. Kenji threw up all over my bed the other day. I was like, I had to shoot for 7 hours. I'm like, Jesus, can I just get one fucking day? But hey, I'm happy to be here.
Happy to be here, baby.
Happy to be here. And guess what? It's 2:22, so we have to go get ramen.
Yeah, we're getting food.
On that note, plug yourself as usual. Pause. No Diddy. Not on camera.
I do really appreciate Nick, because like him giving me and everybody else a platform to really talk like about our thoughts and like what we're creating and what we're doing is amazing. And the fact that he takes videos for me, he takes incredible pictures of me. I really do appreciate him. And it's just really giving back to people by him giving us a platform to like talk about our ideas, our thoughts, our concerns with our life and our plans. So shout out to Nick for really doing this for a lot of us. It really is appreciated by me and everybody else that does it.
I appreciate you, bro, for real. Yeah. And I want to do more of like the more relaxed ones too. We're not sitting at the desk. Once I get settled into the new apartment, even next week, maybe me, you, Pooch, me, you, Jamal, we all sit down, we hang out, have a little fucking apartment cast, and just set the lights up in there, and just little microphone stands that we could just hang out and just chop it up. I think those are important too, to just like have those relaxed ones where it's not, even though this was very relaxed, but it's not so much like sitting across the table from each other like, oh my God, we're so serious. I think those are like really good ones too. Yeah. But I just want to hang out with my friends, do cool shit, hang out, have fun.
That's it.
You know, just keep putting things out there. Eventually it sticks for all of us. And you know, that's something that when I link up with these supplement companies, when I was working with Rain, when I was working with all these different brands, you know, the big thing for me is my first line to kind of attack is I'm tasked with shooting content for this brand or doing XYZ. How can I incorporate the people that I like and I love into that? Like, how can I get them involved? Yeah. How can I get you involved with AN, with Rain? Same thing with Taylor too. Like all these people, I try to just spread it out where I can. And if someone's not interested, you're not interested. It's cool. I'm not offended by it. I just want to give the opportunity before we give somebody that I don't even know the opportunity.
That's it.
I'd rather just keep my people growing.
Yeah,
and listen, if you do a bunch of shoots and it yields a bunch of content and then that leads into other brand deals or it leads into more notoriety on social, whatever it may be.
You're the
man.
Like
we all I appreciate you, man. You're the man too. And you helped me with training and you helped me with just being a friend. And now moving this week, I'm putting that fucking strongman to the test, man. But now he's also going to be testing his geometrical skills too and being able to like flip things. And
I can't do math, man. I can't do equations.
We might be fucked on that. That hallway is an arrow, son. We are going to be fucked on that shit. But I appreciate you. Let's go get ramen. This is like a sort of episode of Becoming Men Again, as usual. Every time I get to sit down with Tom, I appreciate him. Everybody, it's been a little while since we did a podcast. We're going to be doing them regularly again. I have one coming up this weekend with Marina. We're going to be doing regular ones with Marina, specifically on the topic of breast cancer and cancer as a whole. Wow. We have guests coming in that are not only doctors, but survivors of cancer that we're going to be showing their journey and talking about some of the things that they've gone through.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, so where we could show what you should and shouldn't do in their expertise and experience living through it. I'm very excited about that. I'm not going to announce the title of our segments with her until she's present with it. It's I'll tell you off camera. It's pretty cool. But so we should be recording our first episode this Sunday. And after that, at least a minimum of one a month, we're going to be actually working at bringing Marina's image more publicly as an expert of mastectomy and treatments post mastectomy with cording or axillary web syndrome is what it's actually technically called. So we've got a lot coming up in that field as well. Like, share, subscribe. It's the only way that I can grow the channel and continue doing all of this. I don't get paid to do this. This is all fun. I like to bring really good information and really amazing humans to the forefront. So if you can just keep sharing, liking the posts, liking the actual episodes, it helps me grow. On that note, we're going to get ramen. So I appreciate everybody for fucking with us. But for now,
peace.
Peace.